So every now and then, you know, I get people asking me, ever have anyone puke in your cab? No. Anyone ever poop on your couch? No, I guess they figure out hearing me tell a story about, you know, the dash being all sticky and, you know, the floor all wet, and chunkies all over the seat will be, you know, kind of intriguing to hear. You know, not realizing that, you know, it might take an hour for that to get cleaned up. So yeah, maybe I will poop on your couch. See how long that takes to clean up. Okay, so anyways, maybe I should make up a story, you know, like, oh yeah, I had this guy get in, he was like, oh yeah, and he was like 350 pounds, so he wasn't just puking, he made like a puke fire hose. And he's going off like one of those lawn sprinklers, going all directions. Yeah, it was puke all over the dash, puke all over me, and puke all over the windshield. I couldn't see where I was going, and windshield wipers didn't make a difference, and I hit a pole, and the airbags went off, and he puked more before the airbags finally deflated, and I was smothering in pukey airbags. They'd probably go, oh wow, and the part about the windshield wipers would probably right over the head. So I don't know. I just tell them no, but I've had some close calls. So yeah, you know, like, you know, I could just see it. You know, if I did say, oh yeah, I've had that, I can just hear them saying, oh, well, what happened? Well, what do you think happens with 6 slices of half digested pizza sitting on top of 8 beer and 6 shots of tequila? Yeah, the stomach gets an eviction notice and says, everybody out. So I guess just their curiosity, thinking I might have a crazy story. But anyways, so yeah, Pukers, yeah, had some close calls. I had, what was it? There was a girl sitting in the passenger seat. So, I managed to get stopped in time, and so she swings sideways, starts puking, and she's got her purse on her lap, and she's leaned over. So all the contents of her purse is spilling out, right where she's yakking on the curb. Yeah, right where she's barking at ants. You know, yeah, that's great. So I just happened to I got a plastic bag in here at the time, and I handed it to her, one of her friends or whatever, and said, here, make like, you know, you can use that to pick it up, make like you're walking your dog in the park. I often wonder about that, you know, if aliens are out in space watching us, they're going to think dogs rule, you know? You, human, pick up my poo. Yes, my canine overlord. You're going to think dogs rule. Yeah, look, humans cater to dogs to provide them with food and walk behind them on a rope. Anyways, so, what else? I had one close call. Girl sitting in the back seat, you know. It was kind of like pick up here and then at the bars and drop these people, like with a stop along the way, meaning that these people get dropped off here and continue to our final destination. Okay, so Miss pukes a lot. She's got a puke. I think it was like when, okay, we drop these people off, I'm about to get going. You know, the one thing about a group of people, they won't be all in that same condition. No. Just that one. That was her. So, I was about to get going, and then she's like, oh my god, you know, she's gonna blow. What was I driving at the time? A Dodge Caravan with the dual sliding doors, okay? Her friend in the back seat, she's like pushing the thumb button, she's trying to get it open, and she can't, she's struggling with it. I'm sitting here thinking, open that door. And she's struggling with some more, and she can't open it. I'm thinking, open that door. For some reason, I have this strange ability to reach to the other side and a little ways back, and with one shot, fling it open. Like go-go gadget emergency arm extension or something like that. So, Yeah, she managed to get some on the door opening along the bottom rail, but you know, when I got back to the shop, I was able to take a hose and spray it off. So anyways, okay, she's done. Get back in. Is she really done? Not always. With some people, it's like, you know, it's like they're leaving a trail of breadcrumbs or a puke pile every 200 yards. So I'm thinking to myself, I got about a mile and a half left to go, so I'm going to hurry up and hopefully I'll catch all the red lights. So I'm booting down this one road, and the road has a bend in it to the right. Now, the one thing about people that are really hammered, okay, their inertial dampeners are offline, so they can't compensate for any lateral movement of the vehicle like that. And if you hit the brakes too hard, you know, so yeah, with some people, if you hit the brakes hard enough, they're not wearing their seatbelt, they're gonna do a face plant on the dash, because they're really wobbly. Okay, so I go around this one corner like that, then I hear, ow! I'm like, try not to laugh, you know. Not a biggie. You'll just, you know, your head will hurt twice as much when you wake up the next morning, that's all. Okay, so anyways, I'm at this intersection and I happen to catch a red light. I got about, I don't know, half a mile left to go. Oh yeah, red light challenge, do something stupid. So she's got to puke again. Here I am. Stop. Waiting for the red light. So what does she do? Okay, this is a one-way street, 2 lanes. I'm at the middle of the intersection. She gets out. I'm thinking, you know, just let me pull over to the... So I'm watching. What does she do? I see her walking behind the van and then walking across the street. Like with no regard for the fact that there could be cars coming. Okay? When you look at the laws of physics, you got 4,000 pounds moving at a given velocity, okay? Just ask the guy with the wig to do the math, you know, like the Newton's law or whatever, okay? That could have been a bad situation, but, you know, fortunately, it was like about 3:30 in the morning and a negligible amount of traffic, so I think, oh yeah, how stupid can you get? So anyways, finish that trip, you know, goodbye. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. One time I had this one guy gets in from one of the bars downtown. He's got to go way east. So it wasn't too bad. Kind of intoxicated, and he's saying, "Oh, I got to work tomorrow morning." Oh God. I'm like, "How are you getting to work?" He says, "Oh, I'll just drive." I'm explaining to him, you know, don't go thinking that, you know, 4 hours or 5 hours sleep is a cure for your condition, because it's not. Okay, you're still impaired when you wake up. It's the alcohol's still in your system. A lot of people don't realize that. Okay, so you don't want to get caught for that, you know, because you could be on your way to work and you get into an accident. It could be someone else's fault, but then that brings cops. The cop could realize this person's impaired, you know, like the morning after, and they know that. So, you know, don't be afraid to spend that extra money getting back and forth to work the next day. I'm trying to explain this to him. He said, "No, I'll be all right." A couple of minutes later, he's like, "Oh, I think you better pull over." Hey, so he gets up, he gets back in, and he says, "Yeah, I think I will get someone to drive me to work tomorrow." Good man. So, not too long ago, there's this bar in the east end of town. It's about as far as east you can get for a bar in town. And he's got to go to an apartment way west. This is like across town. That guy's pretty hammered. So he says, "Can I roll the window down?" And, sure. So he's, you know, kind of hanging out the window there, just half out the window. Is, you know, freaking eyeballs hanging out, dangling in the wind. And so I'm thinking, you know, this guy's pretty intoxicated and I got a ways to go. I said, "Hey, if you're going to blow, you let me know. You know, I'll bring this thing to a grinding halt quicker than a Mexican prostitute that just saw a Russian cargo ship pull into the docks." Okay, so hey, we made it all the way. Yeah, pays for the fare, gets out. The thing about people that they do make it home, well, between cab and front door, they're gonna blow. Okay, so I'm doing a little bit of paperwork, and I look up about 20 yards away. Sure enough, the guy's going off. He's blowing like the blowhole in a sperm whale. I mean, like he's making a sidewalk pizza the size of a pickup truck. It's big enough so that after the sun comes up, seagulls can fly by and look down and see a free meal. Peck the chunkies out of it. Ugh. Ugh. Well, they would. I never invented those things. That's what they would do. So, but I've heard some horror stories from other drivers about, someone in the backseat projectile vomiting all the way to the dash, and on the back of the cab driver's head, and that'd be so disgusting. All that puke running down the back of your shirt and down your pants. You're picking Kraft dinner out of the crack of your butt. It's like, yeah. Oh, I'd be angry about that. I'd probably have to drag him out and beat him with my trusty Maglite. That's if he wasn't all slimy and couldn't get a grip on him. Hey, these are great. Good for finding addresses at night. So, but yeah. So yeah. Pukers, well, had some close calls, but never had a major explosion go off in my cab. Thank God. Anyways.